Welcome back to Edmonton, Canada, as we are getting set for action between the Prairie Storm and Edmonton United in the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championship Tournament here in Edmonton. We're underway. The face-off has been conducted by the phenomenal referee team here in Edmonton. Our first women's matchup of the tournament taking place. We just finished up our nail-biting matchup between the Burnaby Blades and the Victoria Ducks in the men's D division. That matchup ending in a tie or a draw, whatever you'd like to call it, at 6 goals apiece. A high-scoring affair. 5 goals in the opening period. Only 3 that second period, and then 4 coming in the final period. So lots of goals in that matchup, lots of offense, and lots of pressure on the goals of either teams. And now here we are, the Storm versus the United. Edmonton, of course, the hometown team. Taking on the Storm. Early face-off here. Battle for the ball at center floor. We're working back down the other way. Here's number 4. No rosters today, so we'll do the best we can going off jersey numbers. That's what they're for, aren't they? So here comes a line change. Getting into the swing of things here. Oh, an interception, though. Great stick work there going over the top. And a great save by the goalie. Now a sub coming in for the blue. Trying to figure out which team is blue and which team is black, quite frankly. Learning on the fly here, folks. But we should have that information sure enough. Surely after the first goal, at the absolute latest. Hopefully before I can obtain said information. If you're just joining us, you missed a cracking matchup between the Burnaby Blades and their opponents, the Victoria Ducks. And folks, I gotta say, the early going of this event, great jerseys from all 4 teams. Dare I say the ladies looking even better than the men. Black jerseys and pants with the gold trim and numberings, juxtaposed to the sky blue jerseys of the opposition with the cloudy white numbering and trim, and the black helmets. Pair of good-looking jerseys, much like what we saw in the early going. Here comes a line change for both teams. No great chances in the first 3.5 minutes here for either team, just feeling each other out. Once again, working the other way. A lot more time in the early going of this women's matchup in between the two blue lines and on the far ends of either zone than what we saw in that first men's game. As we have our first goal of the game right on cue, I was just about to elaborate on the attritional style of play both squads were playing. Defense prioritized over offense. But our first goal of the game as we head to center floor for yet another face-off. Less than 5 minutes into this ball game. I believe that was Edmonton who scored. Or perhaps the Prairie. Still trying to figure things out, guys, of course. In the early going of this tournament, it's tough to tell. So we're going to go ahead and say that we believe that was that's Edmonton in the blue and white. That's the Prairie in the black and gold. That's what I think we're going with. And unless I'm told that the contrary is correct, that's what we're going to go with for the rest of the game. Apologies in advance, once again, for the lack of rosters that were provided to our team. But we're doing the best that we can. Here from Edmonton, I want to give a shout out to the wonderful production team that has made my job quite easy and hopefully will the rest of the week. Home Team Live, who does a plethora of various sporting events. Just commentated the flag football Canadian National Championships a couple weeks ago from Kamloops. And here we are, Ball Hockey National Championship Tournament. Home Team Live, baseball, squash, all sorts of sports. But this week, all eyes on the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Yeah, you're noticing a little bit of less gambling here with the women than we saw with the men. Both teams playing lockdown defense, not wanting to concede any easy goals, hoping to turn defense into offense, but not selling out with too many numbers on the attack on the offensive end. Folks, we're looking at some of these upcoming matchups to keep your eyes on. Tomorrow morning, I'm not going to be on the call for this matchup, but we're going to have it 10 a.m. local time. Weiserhood taking on Big Hot Men. That's right. This matchup to keep your eyes on for sure. I'm intrigued by that name. Big Hot Men. Hell of a year for them. Looking to cap it off with the national title here from Edmonton. They get underway tomorrow. Pardon me. They're actually going to take the floor tonight or this afternoon, coming up at 4:10, less than 2 hours. I will not be on the call for that game, but definitely one to keep your eyes on. Meanwhile, at 4:10, following this game, the next game that I will be calling on this stream will be the Calgary Vipers taking on, how do you come up with these names? The new Techium Seth Extreme. For those wondering, that is not Extreme with an E, it is Extreme with a capital X, spelled capital X, Treme, for an extra emphasis on the extreme. We'll see how extreme they are coming up in about an hour and a half. As we approach the 5-minute mark in the opening period of action. Here's a shot from way outside from the Prairie. No good. Rebounded. And still pressure on the net of the United. 13 waiting outside behind the blue line. Looking for the ball. Won't get it. Prairie took over, but right back to the United. There's another shot on goal. No good. Here come line changes for both teams at the 4:26 mark. Looking forward to seeing field hockey at the upcoming 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Very similar to ball hockey. However, played on, you guessed it, a field rather than a hard floor. As here come the United. What an amazing save by the Prairie goalie. United had numbers. They had a speed advantage. And that was easily their best chance of the day, but can't convert. A great save there. Great goalie work by the Prairie. Here comes a face-off in Prairie territory. They're not out of the woods just quite yet. So whistle. It's again Summer Olympics coming up. Just about a week here. Sports that we're looking forward to. Could listen to an interesting discussion. I think basketball is fascinating as ball caught and brought down at center floor by the Prairie, but it's gone the other way now, we think. No, we're going to have face off again. I think Tennis, fascinating. After the conclusion of Wimbledon, we're going to see Rafael Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz team up, looking to win gold, the doubles competition. Always fascinating to see Olympic tennis. Basketball, will Team USA win again? It's one of their strongest teams. A lot of future basketball Hall of Famers on that squad, but Canada, France, been good this year as well. My sport, squash, will not be featured in the Olympics in 2024. 2028, however, Los Angeles, watch out. And who knows, if my fellow Americans aren't careful, maybe I could be even playing in the damn thing. Who knows? It's unlikely, folks. Spoiler. Line change, once again. These two teams deadlocked at one apiece. Here's a face-off in Prairie territory. It feels like this game has favored the United just slightly. Had a few more chances. Have stifled any Edmonton opportunities. I've given nothing away. So credit to United here. Just as I say this, they're in trouble. The Prairie are on the pounce, or on the prowl, rather. See what I did there? Because, tigers, lions might be often on the prowl. Cheetahs, jaguars, they all may live on the prairie, or not. I don't know. I may be way off there. Maybe way off base, but I think that's correct. I think I've done some clever verbiage there. Don't mind me. Here come United the other way. On comes number 14, her ponytail bouncing all about. Problem that most of the men don't have is how to keep their hair up during these matchups to stay out of their faces. Women have to get creative. See braids and buns and ponytails galore. As we are under a minute to play in period number 1. Great catch there by the referee. Not so much on the second catch. Dropped by the second referee who's about to deliver this face-off. Once again, impressive. Look at how low the referee is getting. It's a great squat. It's great flexibility in the lower body. Highly impressive. So here comes United, whipping it around the back of the net. Bit of a traffic jam. And it's going in the direction of the Prairie. United on their heels now. Prairie looking to make something happen, heading into the conclusion of this first period. United now with a chance. Nope, stifled by the Prairie. By the Storm. Here come United once again, crossing center floor. Back and forth we go. Here come the Prairie. Edmonton thought they had an easy possession there. Don't get too comfortable out there. Prairie will make you regret it. Edmonton now with a shot on goal, no good. Rebounded to the near side. Attack. Swarmed by 2 Storm defenders, though. And that'll do it for period number 1 from Edmonton. The Prairie Storm all knotted up with the hometown favorite, Edmonton United, as we are a third of the way through our second matchup of the day. For period number 2, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, as we're about to get underway here. Period number 2 from Edmonton. So we're tied up at 1 goal apiece between the Prairie Storm and Edmonton United. Hometown Edmonton. Wonder how far they are. They're posted up in a hotel, or they can sleep cozily and comfortably in their own beds this evening. That would be nice. Home team advantage, no doubt. But Prairie hanging in there. Confusion 50 seconds into period number 2. It's tough to make out what's going on right now on our screens, but I believe that the Prairie have just scored their second goal of the ball game. And although it felt like Edmonton dominated that first period, it was tied up at 1 apiece. Prairie bounces right back. Looking to make it a 2-goal lead. This time, goal opportunity stifled by Edmonton. High stakes affair on the women's side of the draw here. Obviously, both of these teams vying for a national championship. The finals will take place on Saturday. We're working back and forth. Here comes a substitution for United. Whistle is blown. Getting a little bit sloppy here from both teams. Edmonton played at such a high quality in that opening period. Here now, as we're working the ball around the horn a little bit, there's a shot. It's better offense from United. I'd like to see more of that here in the second period. Feels like we've gone a bit arbitrary on both sides. Now looking a bit more constructive offensively, even though we've turned it over there. That's better looking offense. Here comes a new line of offense for Prairie. Scoring chance for them to get back into this thing. Ball getting stuck on the border here quite a bit. Both these teams trying to scrape it away. Still the early going here of the second period, but nearing the heart of it. It's great stick work from 16. Once again, traffic jam around the border. Prairie swinging around behind the net. Right to the blue jersey representing Edmonton United. As there's a shot from Prairie. Now we're starting to see players taking some liberty with their stick work. It's more promising possession for the Prairie, even if they'll come up empty-handed. Here coming, direction of United. Stopping on a dime is 33. Great pass through traffic. Back out to 14. Passing across her body is 98 for Prairie, and United still on the attack. Prairie now with possession and space, clearing it along that side border. That'll be, it's not icing, we're going to call it flooring. Going against the Prairie. United now. Tough to see what's going on here. Bit of a scuffle around the net. Here's a face-off in Prairie territory. Edmonton. Smelling blood. Now banged up against the border are both parties. Trying to scrape that ball away are the Prairie, and they will, but right back to Edmonton. Back and forth affair. Both sides going at it. It's back in Prairie territory. Once again, we're seeing a lot of this ball just stuck around the perimeter. Not a lot of action. Takes away from both teams' ability to utilize their stick work and passing and IQ. It's a bit ugly, quite frankly, because we've seen the quality from both these teams, but not being treated as straight up good old-fashioned ball hockey here. Here come the United once again. A breakaway, a shot. And a score. What a goal there. Had a step on the defender. Did number 4. Not a goal. A face-off. It was a great save then. Great goalie work. Here's number 3. The ball pops up. Shoveling it in. No. Back inside. Across. Once again. Exquisite goalie work from the ladies in black and gold to withstand all that pressure. And now with under 3 minutes to go in the second period, we have entered a crucial point in this game. Who will enter period number 3 with momentum on their side? Will it be Edmonton United? Or will it be the Prairie Storm? As we've had constant pressure on the Storm net for the last 2 minutes, it continues here. Number 3, great stick work, a slap shot, a great save, another great save by number 3. You didn't quite have the angle. 15 with a slap shot, and it's caught. When you've got a hot glove in ball hockey in the net, you become a very difficult team to beat. United looking to add to their lead, but the Prairie Storm defense and goalie having none of it. And now we see arms up in the air. That will be a goal. Now the Prairie knotting things up. I've been trying to figure it out. We believe it's Edmonton in the black and gold and the Prairie in the blue and white. That took us quite a while to figure out, but I think we've got it now. The Prairie striking there. It was about 3 or 4 minutes of consistent pressure. It never left the Edmonton zone. Finally, the Prairie strike and have all the momentum in their favor with just over 90 seconds to play in the second period. Looking to add on. Looking to take the lead here right now. 2 goals apiece. We are under 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. There's nothing separating these two teams score-wise. Trying to shovel it in are the United, but they are stifled by the goalie work of the Storm. Here come substitutions. Same as the men. 5 young ladies for either team playing the floor, as well as a goalie for either side. So 6 total players on the floor at any given time for both teams, if you're including the goalie, as we have a fast break now for the Storm. near side, and we're back up against the perimeter of the rink. We had all paid witness to some quality ball hockey the past couple of minutes, but now we're back to jamming alongside the border. And see, this is tough to watch. Let's let the ladies play. Here's 17 now with a slap shot from the blue line. No good. Comes a line change for the Prairie, who are still on the attack, but not for long. Ball cleared there into Edmonton territory. There'll be a face-off coming up. A flooring call justly made by the referees. The Prairie going to look for one final chance here to add to their momentum. Entered this period down to 1, got a goal back a couple minutes ago. While the United outclassed the Prairie in period number 2, it has been all Prairie Storm here in period number 2. Number 15 trying to keep the ball under her foot there. Haven't seen that. Smart. Once again, we're going back and forth now. Ball spending time in between the two blue lines. Defense not letting either side get access anywhere near the net. The Storm now, perhaps with a chance. And a shot, and another goal. As we are moments away from the conclusion of the second period. And the Prairie Storm take the lead 3-2. What a performance by the Storm. Once again, completely outplayed in that first period, and now taking this game by the horns. There's another pass inside. Beautiful find. Although it won't result in the goal. Can't make out the number of the young lady right behind the blue line. Now passing over center floor, but that was a great pass inside there. Once again, tough to make out these numbers. A bit sketchy here on the footage. Live from Edmonton, the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships, the Prairie Storm came. Watch what I do here. Thundering back. Wow, don't mind me. Little broadcaster pun there. Very much intended. From a 2-1 deficit as they kicked off the second period, but 2 impressive goals in the latter half of this second period as they are now up by the score of 3-2. Played some outstanding ball hockey here. And once the floor spacing cleared up, once we got the ball out of those traffic jams on the borders of either side of the rink, got to see some great passing and some great shot making, some great stick work from these young ladies who are very talented. It's been a fun 5 minutes here from Edmonton. And once again, the Prairie Storm unrelenting. So we're going to see a face-off in Edmonton territory. Storm looking to extend their lead heading into the second break. And out of nowhere, we've completely missed it. A Prairie Storm goal once again. As time expires in the second period, really at the buzzer, that face-off at center floor, merely a formality. Talk about momentum heading into the period break. Completely missed that on the stream. Tough to once again make out the action here from Edmonton. My apologies. But that was very much a score favoring the Prairie Storm, who went on a 3-0 run in that second period. A dominating performance after a slow start, started down 2-1. Pretty evenly matched between these two teams. Both teams playing more defensive, more attritional in that opening period, and Edmonton came out on top. Welcome back to Edmonton as we're about to get the third period underway here between the Prairie Storm and Edmonton United. The hometown Edmonton team went, no pun intended, given that this is floor hockey, not ice hockey, but they went ice cold in that third period. Started out 2-1, a strong start, but a little bit sort of ugly from the Prairie Storm. Hadn't quite found their groove. In that second period, they got the stick work going, they got the ball movement and passing going, working it around the Edmonton net, and it was constant pressure in the Edmonton zone before eventually scoring 3 goals in the all coming at really in the latter moments of that second period. But it was a constant building and mounting of pressure that eventually allowed the Storm to overcome some great goalie work from the United. And now we sit at a score of 4-2, the Storm leading. Only 15 minutes, really now 13 minutes and change separating them. Are standing in their way of picking up their first victory of this national competition. They're looking good doing it with those baby blue jerseys with cloud white numbering and trim. Once again, a great bit of stick work here from number 13 on the fast break, eventually stopped by the defense. But numbers and momentum still favoring the Prairie. It's coming back the other way now in favor of Edmonton. Back and forth we go. Great pass there, far side. Center ice, center floor, 19. Slinging it behind the goal of the United. Ball now right back to number 4 of Prairie at the blue line. Takes a slap shot. Bit too high for number 4. And here come the Storm the other way. Or here come the United the other way, rather. On a bit of a fast break, but the Prairie Storm back in numbers on defense. Working around the goal are the United. Don't have the angle. That ball cleared to the other side of the floor by the Prairie. It'll result in a flooring call and a face-off in Prairie territory. Storm in a bit of an uncomfortable position. Didn't see the ball too much in the Storm's zone in that second period. So a chance here for Edmonton. They have 2 goals to make up in the next 12 plus minutes. Huge possession here. Bit of a pile up near the net. No luck. Traffic jam. Edmonton looking for a goal opportunity. Here's number 5 with a chance. No good on the pass attempt to her teammate. It was number 10 that came in. There we go. Much clearer visual. The folks watching at home can be able to fully appreciate and take in the final 70% of this third period here from Edmonton. The hometown United looking to make a comeback, but they've got to turn the momentum in their favor quickly here. Had a couple chances in the early going of this third period, something that you couldn't have necessarily said at all for them in period number 2, that second period. All Prairie Storm. Now, finally, the Prairie Storm working the ball into the zone of Edmonton. But not for long. It's coming the other way. Here's number 12 with a chance. Now it's coming back the other way of the Storm into United territory, nearing the goal. No luck there. So we're under 10 minutes to play in this third period. United need to get something going here. But first, they gotta get the ball, not the puck. Excuse me. They gotta get the ball out of their zone. Now United with a chance. Line change. Here come the Storm. Looking to add to their lead, open up that wound, put this game away. This is where it becomes tough for Edmonton, is how much effort do you want to put into defense right now and how much into offenses. There's a goal for the Prairie Storm. My question has been answered. Can't bail out defensively to try to create some extra offense. Because a 3-goal deficit is much more difficult to come back from than a 2-goal deficit, let alone with less than 8 minutes to do so. Edmonton United really in trouble here. Gonna have to start taking some risks. And it's amazing they were up 2-1 at the conclusion of the first period. Looked really outstanding. But now, 4 straight goals for the Prairie Storm, 3 coming in the final 7 or so minutes of the second period. 1 more just added around the midway point of period number 3. They've completely turned the script here in their opening matchup of the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Now with a 3-goal lead over the home team, Edmonton United. Ball still in Edmonton's zone. Prairie looking to add a 4th goal, add insult to injury here. That's what you're trying to do if you are the Storm. However, if you are the Prairie, you are going to want to make some extra defensive substitutions here. Don't need to score again the rest of this game. You just got to keep playing defense the way you have. However, some of the best defense you can play is just keeping that ball in the Edmonton zone for the majority of this third period. That would be ideal. Once again, attritional warfare. Even if you're not going to score any goals, just keeping the ball in that Edmonton zone. And once again, another goal. That was a great little running shot coming down the near side. Fired up and in by the Prairie Storm, who now take a 4-goal lead. Do you believe it after starting down 2-1? Probably looked like the inferior team, quite frankly, in that opening period. Have completely turned. And in their case, righted the ship. As for Edmonton, disappointment. There's a shot. Rushed by number 4. A good save there by the Prairie Storm. Not the best look for the United, but they're going to have to start taking some risks here. Going to have to bail out a little bit. And once again, the best defense for the Storm really is keeping the ball in that Edmonton zone. Stalling a bit for time. Maybe you create some chances on goal if you're the Storm. And that would be great, but in reality, what you're doing is just preventing Edmonton from having any chances by keeping the ball on the other side of the floor. Line change for United. On the flip side, they're going to be exchanging their best defensive players for their best offensive players, looking for some goal-scoring magic in the final 5 minutes of their first matchup of group stage play. Edmonton, constant with the subs here. Tired legs, perhaps, for the United. Meanwhile, the Prairie a bit more sparing with their subs. Of course, unlimited substitutions in ice hockey or ball hockey. Fast-paced action here from Edmonton, but the home team United reeling down 4 goals. And once again, the Prairie Storm on the attack, looking to make it a 5-goal lead. Can't stress enough how incredible it is that this is such a lopsided affair for those who paid witness to period number 1. Then tuned out and are just tuning back in now. They're probably shocked given Edmonton's 2-1 lead heading into that first period break. More substitutions from both teams. This is smart defense here from Edmonton, trying to force an offsides from the Prairie, standing out by the blue line of their own zone. Just got to be careful not to get beat in a foot race. As here come more subs. Well, 2 minutes and 36 seconds here. Not sure if you're allowed to empty the net in ball hockey, but it's what Edmonton's going to want to do as soon as they can get the ball out of their zone here. And get on the offensive. Storm now stalling a bit for time. No one coming out to challenge these Storm players who are really just working the ball around the net. It's merely a formality here from Edmonton as we watch the clock ticking down. The Prairie Storm dominant in periods 2 and 3. They're going to advance to 1-0 here at the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. Hometown United will be disappointed after that first period. Once again, passing it around the horn. And is that another goal? I didn't see it off the stick, but I think that the Storm may have just added one more. Jeez Louise, folks. I thought that was going to be just a pass around the back of the net. Trying to work the ball around the perimeter, trying to stall for time. But we saw the celebration from the Storm, and we're seeing a face-off now at center ice, which means, yes, the Prairie Storm now leading 7-2 as the clock is winding down in Edmonton. A 6-0 run after starting down 2-1. I've said it quite a few times, but it's tough to believe, folks. This Prairie Storm team going to be a force to be reckoned with in the women's division of this championship tournament, giving you every reason to believe that they're going to be playing in the championship game on Saturday. Finally, after last 5 minutes of dominance from the Storm, United able to push the ball into Storm territory. Had a couple chances at the very beginning of this period, but since then it has been United. It's been all Storm. Final substitutions as we are just awaiting that final horn. Storm just working around the perimeter. They want these traffic jams. They want to get in these dog fights where United is just trying to pry the ball away from them. The Prairie would love to just trap themselves in the corner and allow time to waste. Here's a chance for Edmonton, falling over on the offensive end, but no goal to show for it. Coming right back the other way. Now coming back for the United. They have these brief gasps and maybe a shot on goal or two. But the pressure has been consistent from the Storm in the United zone all game. Lopsided affair, without a doubt. We're laying out. We're on the ground, even up 5 goals. How impressive from the Storm. They have fought, never said die. Down 1 goal after the first period, and they have come out with a thundering performance in these last 2 periods. I already made that pun, so I apologize yet again, but it's right there for the taking. some sort of timeout in play here. Now we're getting ready to resume play here. Face off. As Edmonton gets one back, but it'll be too little too late for the United. Still trailing by 3, and that will do it. Hometown Edmonton United will be disappointed. Got one goal back at the very conclusion of that game. It's their first goal since the opening period of action. Meanwhile, the Prairie Storm, 5 goals between that second and third period. A dominant dispatching of the Edmonton United. Your final score in the first women's matchup of this event: Prairie Storm 6, Edmonton United 3, as we head to the handshake line. A lot of work to do now for the Hometown United in the remainder of group stage play if they're going to want to find themselves